Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to pop on here and God dropped in my spirit. Don't cast your pearls before swine. That's not meaning that you calling people pigs or anything like that. You know, you got to understand the scripture, what it's saying. That means, if you look at it, if you cast pearls in a trough with swine, what they gonna do? The scripture even tell you they're gonna trample over it, muddy. It's like, it won't devalue them or anything, but they don't know what to do with them. They can't do anything to appreciate them because they don't know how to appreciate pearls. So in saying that, time is precious. Don't give your time away to people that don't appreciate you. Learn to hang around those that celebrate you, not just tolerate you. Apostle Cheryl talks about the VIP section now. She can preach that better than I can, so I'm not going to try to preach it. But mind your VIP section. Some of y'all don't need no VIP section because all them people are there to do is be a distraction to you. They're there to use you. They're there to take from you. They mean no good to you. There have been people that just want to pick at me because, I have the education. They don't want to do the work. They want to use me like a plug. And now I'm not talking about, me being so high and mighty that, they got to go get it for themselves. No. When they appreciate it, you don't mind giving it. So when you cast your pearls before swine, them pearls, they lose the value to you. The lady who poured the oil out of the alabaster box and she wiped his feet with her hair, that's not wasting. The people, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they thought, the scribes and everything, they thought that was wasteful. But you're supposed to give your best to God. You're supposed to honor and worship Him. You're not supposed to give any old thing to God. There's a lot of people that I have removed access because all it was a waste of time. And I think I talked about this in a video or two before. I have more time in my life now because those people aren't involved in my life. I'm able to get things done for me, which is pivotal because ministry begins with me first. We always say it begins in the home. Everybody think it's the home, the kids, the spouse, and all this kind of stuff. But ministry begins with you first. If you're not fixed, how you gonna teach somebody else to be fixed? That's why I say I only preach the things, I stay in my lane. I only preach and teach the things that I've come out of. Moses couldn't deliver the people if he was stuck in the village with them. He had to come out of some things and go back and get the people. He had to come out and learn some things. So that's why I stay in my lane. Another issue I want to address in this video is people that know me know that during this season, God has allowed my veneers to fall out. And when I talk, it catches people's attention because you're not expecting to see half a grill. Not that it's anybody's business, but I've heard things, the chatter. I'm just going to set the record straight. My ride or dies know. But back in the day when I was a crackhead, like Felicia, and I was out there, that stuff takes your teeth away. God bless me with veneers. Well, just recently while eating a tuna fish sandwich a few months ago, they happened to come out. They had been in there since 2011. Things get old. But look at God covering me even in that. He could have allowed that to happen any given time. And yeah, I was kind of upset. I was talking about, Lord, they trying to take the smile off my face. Well, God just showed me that the smile could come off my face and I'm still going to do what I'm supposed to do. I had to preach a revival right after this happened. And I guess that was to see if I was going to do it. I don't care what people think or say about me because like I always say, they don't have no heaven or hell to put me in. If I cared about what people said or thought about me, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. Because people, they change their mind. God don't. He put everything in me before the foundations of the world, whether they like it or not. So if I governed my life by what people thought or said, ain't nowhere in the world I'd be as successful and blessed as I am. Because when you living with fear, that's sin. That's unbelief. You can't be blessed. And if you're afraid that you can't do this, that, or the other, because so-and-so is going to think this, or this may happen, or that, you better be able to do what God say do. You got to be able to boldly stand up there and say what God say. Despite whose feelings it's going to hurt, despite whose toes it's going to step on, as long as it's the truth and it came from from him, you got to be able to stand up there and say it. Because if you deny him, he's going to deny you. So, anyway, in finishing that story, it's been a process to get certain things. You can't just go and put some more veneers back in. They got to correct and shift and shape and mold. It's a process. That wasn't going to be no overnight situation to fix. I knew that. I didn't realize it was going to take this long, but I knew that. And, there was a time I said, forget it. Just let it go and just don't do nothing, because it's a lot of money too. Root canals are $600 and some dollars, and you got fills that's $100 and some dollars. And that's if you ain't got no insurance. And being out here, I don't have no insurance. The insurance I had used to be the school district. And like I said before in the video, that all was taken away from me when I stepped off that bus. And then 6 weeks later, I was unemployed. The only thing I still have that I can take with me is my retirement, because I was vested before all that happened. So you run around out here without no insurance, it's going to cost you a lot. Now, God is my insurance. Yes, I believe God is my insurance. But he do give us wisdom. We need to have some type of insurance in order to take care of the things that happen in our life that are unexpected. We make it easier on us. God provided that. So I do have a piece of insurance, but I notice now, because of the major work that needs to be done, I'm going to have to upgrade that policy in order so that they would cover more. So paying a little bit now Now, if you're a type of person to keep up with them, then you don't need to pay that. You just need to take that little bit and deposit it into a savings account every month. That's all you need, because dental, that's I ain't gonna say it's unnecessary insurance, but if you're a type of person that you ain't got all the veneers and maintain and all that kind of stuff, and you just got your regular teeth and you keep them up, you don't need that. You just take a little bit, which you're supposed to be taking a little bit, putting in a savings account every month anyway. Practically every check, because you don't know when a rainy day. Coronavirus, that's a rainy day. Those of us who didn't have a savings account or something to lean on when this stuff hit, there would have been a whole lot more of us in the street than it is. Everybody depending on welfare, depending on unemployment. The system shut down. People still ain't got unemployment. I mean, because it was overloaded. The last time something like this happened was, I think it was 1918, 1921, something like that, the Spanish flu. That virus hit, and a lot of people died, and I don't even know. I think it was 3 years that lasted. So that means we got about another year to go, if that's the case. Always keep a nest egg, something. But anyway, tomorrow morning, they've had the impression or whatever. Tomorrow morning I go in and we fit it, do whatever needs to be done, adjusting. And then after that, I gotta wait 3 weeks for them to set seal or whatever they gotta do. So tomorrow marks 3 more weeks left of this. But like I said, look how God did that. He allowed that to happen while coronavirus was taking place. So he covered me. Now, I'm the type of person, I ain't gonna keep this thing on all the time. That's how people know about it, because I ain't trying to hide. I don't care. But he gave me an opportunity to do that if I wanted to. God is so awesome. He's so amazing. He spoils me. That's why I love to brag on him. He spoils me. He is real to me. He cares about the concerns of my heart. Like I say, he could have let that happen any old time, but he covered me. He allowed that to happen while it's okay to go into a bank with a mask on now. There's a shifting, a changing. If y'all listen to that message on my page that Apostle Cheryl did yesterday, I want to say the God in her tore that up. Talking about it's time for an upgrade. Ooh, I can preach that thing right there. It's time for an upgrade. That means you can't do the same old thing that you've been doing to get to the upgrade. You can't be around the same old people if you're going to go to an upgrade, because everybody don't want to upgrade. Like I say, go listen to that message. Everybody don't want to upgrade. And you may be held down and stagnant because you trying to bring somebody with you that don't want to go. Just recently, I had a few people in my life that I was taking inventory of whether they qualified to be in the VIP section of my life. And some situations happened, or I created some environments to where I could assess that situation better. People came in, questions was asked, attitudes and personalities were assessed, and at the end of that situation, either they still on board, or I say, God bless you. Treat them with a long-handled spoon. It has freed up a lot of space in my life. People that didn't mean me no good. People that was just using me, just to be using me. People that didn't appreciate me. And it's not so much appreciating me, appreciating my time. I don't have to do a lot of things that I do. I don't have to be almost being late turning in an assignment because I'm doing something for somebody else. My life is set. If I just did me, my life would flow. But every once in a while, I'll sacrifice for the sake of another to help them, get to where. So I'm not a crabs in a bucket type of person. I'm not going to be somewhere and pull somebody down. I'm the type of person that reach back and pull you to help you up, to come with me. Because nobody wants to be at the top of the mountain alone. But that success will cause you to be alone. Because there are people that don't want to do what it takes to get there. You always got the ones that want to tug on your tail, your shirt tail. Because they don't want to do it. There was a team of women that, lose weight. This is the season for that, the lose weight type of thing. That's when you really get to know people, because if you find people that's disciplined enough to do what they supposed to do to lose that weight, then they got to be disciplined in their spirit. Well, a lot of them, some of them have the money to go to get these cosmetic surgery, get the stomach sewn and shrink and all that. I ain't got time for all of that, first of all. I don't want nobody cutting on me for no unnecessary stuff. The only times I've ever been cut on, that was 2 C-sections. 2. And that's because them kids were too big to come out the right way. So, my baby boy, 8 pounds. Mind you, Matthew was 4 pounds, 9.5 ounces when he came out naturally and tore up everything coming out. When they said 8 pounds with Marcus, we already knew. And when, I want to say 32 weeks or whatever, 35 weeks or whatever, when they told me at the prenatal office that Brianna was at 6 pounds right then, I set the C-section myself. That girl biggest came out 10 pounds, 1 ounce. She's my biggest blessing. So I'm not going to just be cut on for any old kind of reason. Even in my car accident, I didn't have to be cut on by the grace of God. The life support system too, being too big, and the ulcers on my vocal cords is the worst thing that I've had to endure, as far as that. But that wasn't no cutting on and nothing like that. So I'm not the type of person just go throw myself in front of a knife or a surgery or anything like that, number one. Number two is when you do stuff like that, you lose weight fast. And to me, I didn't want to walk around looking like a wrinkle dog. Them dogs with all the rolls that's hanging around, just hanging down. Because I know me, I wasn't going to jump out there and jump on the treadmill and I got a gym membership that I was doing the jacuzzi. Maybe every once in a while getting in the pool. Or, the treadmill. But the most that I do with my gym membership is arm curls, paying that bill. I ain't seen the gym in, I don't know, other than driving by. So I know me. But I have access to it if I want to. Now, I'm mad I can't go to the jacuzzi. I ain't that mad because I ain't trying to get corona anyway. But that's what I got it for. I didn't get the gym to go and do exercise. To get up and go to a place to do exercise, that's too much work to me. If I'm going to be like that, I'm going to buy an elliptical and put it in my bedroom or put it in my house in front of a TV or something so I can be exercising while I'm doing something else. Because if I'm watching TV while I'm exercising, it really takes your mind off of it. And before you know it, you're losing weight. You done got to exercise. But that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy an elliptical. That's what I'm going to do. Because I need to get my blood sugars and stuff in control. Yes, it can be taken away. Yes, God can pray it away. But he's got me going through this process with that. It's like a thorn in my side. It keeps coming back and forth to me. Um, he don't take things away from you just because you want them. There's got to be a reason, and it's got to line up with him, with his. He's taught me a lot through having type 2 diabetes. First of all, he taught me how to raise my children, because the ignorance that I had when I first was diagnosed in 2012, I thought I was dying. So I went and get my affairs in order. Started taking care of my kids, raising my kids, as if I didn't know any day was going to be the last time I saw them. And then one day I looked up and said, everything is in order. I ain't dead yet. So I kept on doing everything, and then I learned, got my first master's degree off studying it. Got an A on that essay, on that report. So I might even publish that one. I don't know if I can, because sometimes the schools, they want to have rights and stuff. I'm gonna see about if I can publish that. I'm gonna check into that. But update, my book is almost done, so it should be on schedule to be a spring release. I just like discipline. I didn't want to be. To me, that looked like it hurt to walk around with all that skin hanging, all them rolls. To me, I would feel like I look worse than I do, without the surgery or whatever. So I didn't go that route. Now, I ain't gonna say I was perfect. I did go a route. I started using that Detox Tea, that IASO tea. And like I say, anybody that know, I was a size 16 pants after I got done with Brianna. And I was a size 16 until about 2011, yeah. And I was 300 some pounds. I couldn't carry that weight. It was hard on my heart. I was always tired and fatigued. I felt like I didn't have no energy. So yeah, I knew I had to get it off. My blood sugar was always high, 400-500. But God kept me. Because 500, that's comatose. Every once in a while it'll get up there, and I can sense it, and God will show me. I'll check my blood sugar, and that's God showing me that He done took care of me again, that He been holding me down again, because I done got too busy doing other things and I ain't taking care of me. So I started drinking the detox tea. I stay on stock with that stuff, because that stuff works. Anything that works, I keep up with it. I don't promote something that don't work, something that I ain't tried myself. So as I took that, and the pounds began to melt away and clean out, it's like flushing an engine. It cleans out the toxins out of your body, even all that, medication and stuff. The pounds began to drop off. One day I was in Walmart and I got tired of pulling up pants, and I didn't even realize it. So I went to go to Walmart to buy a pair of pants, and I got a size 14. Tried on a size 12. I finally got down to a size 8, and that fit. I couldn't believe it. For a while, I walked around not believing I couldn't believe that I was in a size 8. Because, you get so busy, you ain't sitting around watching the scale. I was waiting for the time that I'd have to start going back up into the size, so I kept my clothes. Finally, I realized that weight wasn't coming back, and I went and got rid of those clothes. I gave them to people that, I dropped them off, donated them to companies or whatever. And I've been a size 8 for a while now. I'm up to a size 12 now, because I've been eating and doing, and I ain't been running around as much, because, I got rid of some things out of my life, so I have more time to rest. And just sitting up there eating and sitting on that computer. So yeah, it's that time to get out there. I need to get an elliptical. So I can get up, and while I'm listening to my word, watching my word, I can be on that elliptical and start, you know, taking, sweating it out, then go take my shower, start my day. But I just, discipline don't feel good. It's a process. But the easy way out, say like for weight loss, easy way out, I had to weigh this balancing scale, either run around looking like a wrinkled dog, possibly carrying skin that hurts painfully, or start doing the lifestyle that I need to maintain it anyway and get it to come off the right way, with a little help with the Detox Tea. So I chose that route because I know me. I wasn't going to jump out there and start doing exercise and I would feel worse, because of the way I look, all that skin hanging. I'm trying to stop stuff from hanging now at 50, so I ain't trying to get no more to hang. So y'all just don't know. It's a lot to do the nip tuck and trying to get this 50-year-old into 30-year-old look. Anyway. And knowing me, I would be upset because how people look at you. Yeah, that probably would bother me. And then I'd be in trouble. I'd be popping off. And next thing you know, I look like a pound puppy. So, no, I just chose to go on and start the process. So, as I say, you can look at the people who ain't got discipline in their life, ain't got no business being in your life, because if they ain't got no discipline in their life, all they doing is making your life crazy, being a distraction in your life, wanting you to do everything for them. Now, people that can't do and they learn to do, I have no problem. But to constantly keep doing something over and over and over for somebody because they can't do for themselves and they ain't trying to do for themselves, that's casting my pearls before swine. Because I'm not going to keep throwing my time out there. My time is precious. I have very little of it as it is. I have a lot on my plate. And like I said before, I keep it like that because it keeps me from jumping in the flesh. I always got something I got to look forward, I got to go do or take care of. I can't just jump off in the flesh and go upside somebody's head for the things that they do or don't or mistreat me. I just pray to God as I'm walking away from them. And before you know it, I'll find out something. I'll say, well, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. He done took care of it. Like there's an issue as a contract I'm in right now that I have to stay busy because I know the things that they're doing wrong. How do you take somebody that's one of the most qualified people in your circle and you treat them less than a totem pole? There's a situation that I'm dealing with that I could do better flipping burgers at McDonald's because they pay more. I'm just gonna leave that like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave that like that. Don't cast your pearls before swine. I'm sitting out here in the Walmart parking lot. I was getting ready to go in, but like I said, God told me jump on here and talk about casting your pearls before swine. I said the other day that love starts in the morning. When it's genuine, love starts in the morning. I'm up out of bed, down here, out of my pajamas, at a stove, before I gotta go into work. Because love starts in the morning. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's genuine. You don't just give any old thing to any old body that you care about. That's what's wrong with a lot of us in our offerings and our what we give to God is we give him the leftovers. We give him what's left, or if we have time in our day, we'll pray. Whereas I begin my day with God. I talk to God all through the day. And I give my night to God. As I'm laying down in that bed, I make sure I say whatever I need to say. I talk to him on my way to sleep. Because, he protects me while I can't protect myself in my sleep. So maybe the reason why things are going in some people's lives the way they are is because God is getting the leftovers. Cain, he didn't give the best. He gave what he didn't want. Abel gave the best, and he accepted, that which wasn't so perfect, You gotta treat God better than you treat yourself in order to get the blessings of God the way you want to get them. What if God just threw you any old thing? I say, and a lot of times you do that when you cast your pearls before swine. You're giving your best, God's best that he's given you. And you giving it to people that don't even consider him, don't even worship him. They just wasting your time. Time is precious. You could be taking that time doing something that God wants you to do. Now I'm not saying that we supposed to be high and mighty that we don't do. If we get to it, we help everybody. But if we get to a point or a place and we realize that we're not helping, but we're enabling, or we're constantly wasting time with somebody that don't want to do for themselves, and it's going to be a constant thing all the time, you don't see no end date or no end result of it, then you're wasting your time. You casting your pearls before swine, because they don't appreciate your time. They don't value your time. People who tolerate you, they don't value you. And if you're not valued, you're just going to constantly you got to value yourself first. After a while, it should get tiring. It should be like, even Jesus said, how long must I carry you? If you got to constantly carry somebody, that's a body bag. You get to do and get more places quicker when you ain't carrying a body bag. Some of us need to let go of the body bags today. There are people that are nothing but a body bag. And some of us are afraid to do that because, what happens to this? Or what's going to happen to that? They're going to do this, or let it go. Maybe in your letting go and stop playing God in their life, then God can actually step up and do something in their life. It may not be the worst of the worst that you're imagining. Maybe that imagination is given to you by the enemy to keep you bound. Trust and believe God can take care of anything and everything. You just got to let it go and stop being God. Like I say, don't waste your time casting your pearls before swine. Make sure your life gives God all the glory. God can't get no glory with you just throwing away your time when you could be doing what he wants you to do. Be not unequally yoked with evildoers. Evildoers ain't somebody running around out there committing murder and stuff all the time. Evildoers is people who don't have the best interest at heart, who don't have God's interest at heart, who are not glorifying God. You doing everything for them, but God ain't getting the glory. They just getting the glory themselves. They're vain. Like Esau. God hated Esau for that reason. Esau thought he could do it all himself. You know, he had the gifts, the talents, and all that. He didn't need God. There's a whole lot of Esau spirits that we run around helping. God don't get the glory. He ain't pleased with that. If God, like I said before, if God ain't getting the glory out of your life, you ain't none of his. You better check yourself. How you gonna run around and live life and want to go be with him in his kingdom and you ain't done nothing for him? Your life ain't glorified him at all. That don't even make no sense. Like I said, I got to get off of here. I got to go home and cook this lunch. Today I'm cooking the lunch because I got things to do before I got to go in. I'm already dressed. I got some paperwork I got to take care of before I go in. But I got to make sure I get this lunch taken care of. Stop casting your pearls before swine. Stop being God in the lives of those who mean you no good. The people that just want to use you. Yeah, they came out real quick. So Walmart must not be that packed. I better get on off of here. Oh, I see the new Bronco. That's small. Maybe that's just a smaller version. I'm thinking about a truck, a SUV, y'all. Because I be hauling stuff all the time. And I get tired of hauling it in this little old car. Once I get my truck and I can haul stuff, and then I'm going to go back and get my BMW. I miss my BMW. Not because I'm trying to be something. It's just because I like the way it drives. The pedals are closer together. The gear shift you can do with a finger. I believe it's designed for women to drive. It's easier for a woman to drive. And I'm going to pray that I stay out of that tank at 80 miles an hour everywhere I go this time. So, and it lasts. I've had less problems with foreign cars than American cars. They last longer. They built more sturdier. To me, that's just my opinion. I'd rather do Toyota, BMW, foreign, any kind of other car than an American car, because every time you turn around, I'm at AutoZone or in somebody's shop with an American car. I love my people, but I need something that's gonna last me and not be a headache. I don't cast my pearls before swine in American cars. Let's just say that. Because they take a lot of time. I'm more trying to find a way to get somewhere because that car won't work versus getting something I know that's sturdy and dependable. Let's just say that. That's just coming out of my experience. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Today, take inventory. Make sure that everything you're doing glorifies God. If you casting your pearls before swine, God ain't getting the glory.